So students, next let us see 5 and 6 are just same to same like the 4 and 5. 3 and 4, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are almost similar. So 3 and 4 we did, 5 and 6 I am giving for you all. 7, let us see number 7 students. Let us see number 7. Using theorem 6.1, prove that a line drawn to the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to another side bisects the third side. Recall that we have proved it in class 9. Yes, class 9. We have proved this. A line drawn to the midpoint of one side of a triangle parallel to the another side. Now, so let us consider a triangle ABC. Line L is drawn through the midpoint of AB and to the midpoint of AB and parallel to BC. Okay, parallel to BC. So bisectors. To prove L bisects AC. Okay, so very easy sum. So L using theorem 6.1. Okay, so prove. By Hill's theorem in triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, students, since DE is parallel to BC, therefore AD by BB is equal to AE by BC. So now, in case of dB also I can write AD, because since D is the midpoint of AB. Okay. So AE is equal to BC. Okay, therefore that means what? L bisects AC. So what you need to prove using theorem 6.1? Prove that a line drawn to the midpoint of one side parallel to the another side bisects the third side. That means suppose a line L is drawn. Okay, suppose a line L is drawn to the midpoint of AB. Okay, students, a line L is drawn to the midpoint of AB. Okay, to the midpoint of AB. That means D is the midpoint. That means D is the midpoint of AB. Okay, through this midpoint, one line L is drawn. Line L is drawn to the midpoint of AB, and this line L is parallel to BC. Okay, if this line L is drawn to the midpoint of one side, this line L is drawn to the midpoint B of AB, and this line L is also parallel to BC. Then we need to prove using theorem 6.1 that L bisects AC. That means we need to prove that E is the midpoint of AC. Okay, using theorem 6.1 we need to prove that L bisects AC. Okay, that means we need to prove that if we can somehow show that E is the midpoint of AC, that means if we can show that AE is equal to EC, then we can show that L bisects AC, isn't it? So let us prove that using theorem 6.1. Okay. So theorem 6.1 is what? Thales theorem. So by Thales theorem, students, by Thales theorem in triangle ABC, by Thales theorem, since L is parallel to BC, isn't it? Drawn to the midpoint of AB and parallel to BC. L is parallel to BC. So if L is parallel to BC, then D will be also parallel to BC. So if D is parallel to BC, then what can we write? AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. Now in place of DB, can we write AD? In place of DB, can we write AD, students? Why can we write? Because D is the midpoint of AB. So since D is the midpoint of AB, if D is the midpoint of AB, that means what? AD is equal to DB. Isn't it? Here I wrote this, since D is the midpoint of AB. So in place of DB, I wrote AD. If DB and AD are equal, so in place of DB, we can write no AD. So now AD is cancelled. Cross multiply, AE is equal to, this side 1 is there, no, only 1 is there. So if I cross multiply EC into 1 will become what? EC. So AE is equal to EC. Now if AE is equal to EC, that means, L bisects AC. Okay, so proved, isn't it? Very easy, isn't it? Really very easy these things are. Look carefully, okay? So students, let us see number 8 also. Okay? So using theorem 6.2, prove that the line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. So let us consider a triangle ABC and a line L is drawn through the midpoints of points of AB and AC, which are B and C respectively. So to prove we need to prove that, what do we need to prove? Using theorem 6.2, parallel to the third side. That means we need to prove L is parallel to this. Okay, so very interesting proof. Let us see, students. Very interesting. Okay, so since D is the midpoint of AB, since D is the midpoint of AB, therefore AD is equal to DB. So I can write AD by DB is equal to 1, mark number 1. Since E is the midpoint, of AC, therefore AE is equal to BC. So AE by BC is equal to 1, mark number 2. So now from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2 students, here also 1 and here also 1, isn't it? So AD by DB, AD by DB, AD by DB is equal to AE by BC. Therefore, by converse of Thales theorem, DE is parallel to BC. Therefore, L is parallel to BC. Okay, students. So let us see this sum, students. The question is, what question is given here? Using theorem 6.2. Using theorem 6.2, prove that the line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle. The line joining the midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side. Okay. So let us consider the triangle ABC. Let us consider the triangle ABC. Okay. So ABC is any triangle. D and E are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. Okay. That means D is the midpoint of AB. Okay. D is the midpoint of AB and E is the midpoint of AC. So D and E, one line we have drawn. We have drawn one line L. We have drawn a line L through D and E. Remember, D and E are the midpoints of AB and AC respectively. Okay. So we need to prove that this line L is parallel to BC. We need to prove this line L is parallel to BC. So how do we prove it? Let us see. Since D is the midpoint of AB, students, since D is the midpoint of AB, look carefully. Since D is the midpoint of AB, therefore we can easily write. See, if D is the midpoint means what? Midpoint means if a line segment is given to you, this line segment, this is the midpoint. That means this part and this part are equal. Suppose the full line is 10. Suppose the full line is 10 centimeter. Full line is 10 centimeter. Then if this is the midpoint, then this will be 5 centimeter and this will be 5 centimeter. This part and this part will be equal, isn't it? So if D is the midpoint of AB, if D is the midpoint of AB, then AD will be equal to DB. I wrote AD equal to DB. Can I write? Now DB from this side, if I bring it this side, then AD by DB will be equal to 1. Mark it number 1. Now you see, since E is the midpoint of AC, students, since E is the midpoint of AC, therefore we can easily write AE is equal to EC. Can we write? Since E is the midpoint of AC, look very carefully. Since E is the midpoint of AC, therefore AE is equal to what? EC, right? AE is equal to EC. Now EC if I bring it down, then AE by EC will be equal to what? 1. Marking number 2. Now from 1 and 2, students, from 1 and 2, AD by DB also is equal to 1 and AE by EC also is equal to 1, isn't it? From 1 and 2 you see, AD by DB is also equal to 1. AD by DB is also equal to 1 and AE by EC is also equal to 1. So 1 and 1 are equal, no? Therefore AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. Now you see here, if AD by DB is equal to AE by EC, so according to theorem 6.2, that is the converse of Thales theorem. What does the converse of Thales theorem say? If a line divides into sides of a triangle in the same ratio, if a line divides into sides of a triangle in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to the third side. That means if this line is dividing this line and this line in the same ratio, if this line L, students, if this line L, okay, I'm talking about this line L, okay. If this line L is dividing AB and AC in the same ratio, that means this line has to be parallel to BC, isn't it? So if AD by DB is equal to AE by EC, AD by DB is equal to AE by EC, then by converse of Thales theorem we have DE is parallel to BC, isn't it? DE will be parallel to BC because AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. That means D is parallel to BC. So if D is parallel to BC, that means what? L is parallel to BC because D is a part of L only, isn't it? Let us see one more pattern, students. Let us see one more pattern. Number 9. ABCD is a trapezium, okay? So ABCD is a trapezium. What is the special property of a trapezium, students? the special property of trapezium is that AB is parallel to BC. Okay, so ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to BC and its diagonals intersect at the point O. And its diagonals intersect at the point O. Diagonals intersect at the point O. Okay, so we need to show that AO by BO is equal to AO by BO is equal to CO by DO. So ABCD is a trapezium, students. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC and its diagonals intersect each other at the point O. Diagonals intersect each other at the point O. We need to show that AO by BO is equal to CO by DO. Okay. So given ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to BC and its diagonals intersect each other at the point O. So to show students AO by BO is equal to CO by BO. Okay, for that students one construction will be required. Construction EO parallel to BC is drawn. Okay, EO parallel to BC is drawn. So solution: since EO parallel to BC and AB is also parallel to BC, therefore EO will be parallel to AB also. So by Thales theorem, in triangle ABC, since EO is parallel to BC, therefore AE by ED is equal to AO by OC. Mark it 1. In triangle ADB, in triangle ADB, so since EO is parallel to AB, therefore AE by ED better understanding, I will write in a different way. Okay. ED by AE is equal to DO by DO. Now we will reverse it. AE by ED is equal to DO by DO multiplied by 2. Now 1 and 2, from 1 and 2 students, AO by OC and CO are same thing, no? Is equal to BO by BO. Okay, so therefore AO by BO is equal to CO by BO. AO by BO is equal to CO by BO. Just like cross multiply. Okay. So see here, students, very easy sum. So ABCD is a trapezium. Okay. ABCD is a trapezium. Every type of probable sum, every probable pattern of this exercise I am showing you all, because this is a new exercise. So I am starting it that way. Okay. So ABCD is a trapezium, students. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB is parallel to DC. AB is parallel to DC, and its diagonals meet each other at the point O. Diagonals AC and BD intersect each other at the point O. We need to show that AO by BO is equal to CO by DO. So construction EO parallel to DC is drawn. EO parallel to DC is drawn. Okay. So construction we are doing. See what is the construction? EO parallel to DC is drawn. Now solution, let us see. Let us see the solution. Okay, this is the construction. Now you see, since EO is parallel to DC, I wrote, since EO is parallel to DC, EO is parallel to so see, since EO is parallel to DC, I wrote it is DC only. Okay. So since EO is parallel to DC, EO is parallel to DC, and AB is also parallel to DC. Look very carefully. EO is parallel to DC. Okay. EO is parallel to DC and AB is parallel to DC. That means EO will be parallel to AB. No, like this it is there. This is AB suppose, and this is EO, and this is DC. If EO is parallel to DC, look here. If EO is parallel to DC and AB is also parallel to DC, that means what? EO is parallel to DC and AB is also parallel to DC. Why AB is parallel to DC? Because one pair of opposite sides of a trapezium are always parallel. Said no, ABCD is a trapezium, isn't it? So if EO is also parallel, EO is parallel to DC and AB is also parallel to DC, that means what? EO is parallel to AB, isn't it? So therefore, by Thil's theorem, in triangle ADC, look carefully. In triangle ADC, since EO is parallel to DC, okay, see here carefully, friends. In triangle ADC, since EO is parallel to DC, if EO and DC are parallel, see, if EO is parallel to DC, then what will happen? AE by ED is equal to AO by OC, isn't it? I can write down. See here. If EO is parallel to DC, don't look at this line. This line you just don't look. Okay. Just only concentrate on EO and DC in triangle ADC. Okay. In triangle ADC, you see, if EO is parallel to DC, students, if EO is parallel to DC, okay. If EO is parallel to DC, then what will happen? AE by ED is equal to AO by OC. See, if EO is parallel to DC, then AE by ED is equal to AO by OC. AO by OC, mark number 1. And in triangle ADB, you see, students, in triangle ADB, if EO is parallel to AB, EO and AB are parallel, then what can we write? ED by AE. Okay, this triangle is like this. EO, okay, AB, and this is D. So now you see, if EO is parallel to AB, then what can we write? ED by AE is equal to DO by BO. We can write it now. ED by AE is equal to DO by BO. That is what we wrote here. Next, what we did is, we just reversed. Both sides we reversed. So this here I took AE up and ED down. So this side also I reversed and this side also I reversed. This side if I reverse, then AE by ED it will become. This side if I reverse, then BO by BO it will become. So from 1 and 2, students, From 1 and 2, here you see, here also A by ED is there, here also A by ED is there, isn't it? Here also A by ED, here also A by ED. Therefore, AO by CO is equal to BO by DO. In place of OC, can I write CO? See here, OC and CO are same line segment, isn't it? So from 1 and 2, what I got? From 1 and 2, AE by ED here also, AE by ED here also. So AE by ED both are equal, no? Here also AE by ED, here also AE by ED. So AE by ED are equal. So that means what? The right hand side, if the left hand side of 1 and 2 are equal, the right hand side obviously will be equal, isn't it? So if AE by ED are equal, then AO by CO is equal to BO by DO. Then what I did is what I need to prove? AO by BO, isn't it? So I just flipped CO and BO. CO and BO I flipped. So BO I brought down and CO I brought here. I just flipped CO and BO. So CO I took in place of BO, BO I took in place of CO. I can do no? I just flipped. Flipping means exchanging the positions. Okay. So CO I took in place of BO and BO I took in place of CO. So therefore I got AO by BO is equal to CO by DO. Okay. CO by DO. Okay. Okay, students. So this much only for today, students. I hope all of you have understood the sums very nicely. So practice these sums very carefully and note this in your classwork copy. Okay. So practice very well for your upcoming exam. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day.